All right, so I'm just going to show you a quick run through of what Schoology is. So if you look at this now, this is the teacher's homepage. So with Schoology, you can log in as a teacher, a student, or a parent. However, I'm going to show you what a teacher's page looks like. So right here is the main page, which you could kind of call like your activity feed, something similar to Facebook. So any posts or activities your students have done or things that you've done will all be posted here. You can post updates. And you can also specify which class you wanted to post it to. So if you didn't want everyone to see it, you could say, I want to post it to such and such class. Now, in addition to that, you can add assignments, events, and other things, such as a personal blog post. So you have different courses within Schoology. So right here, I've created 2 different courses. So right now, I'm just going to show you how you would create a course. So go to Create. Type the course name. So the example they have there is English 101. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Section 1, subject area, it is language arts. Level, let's say grade 9. Just taking a moment here to load. So maybe I'm just going to put English 10 and maybe that'll help. There we go. So you can create it. So now that you've created this class, what you can do is you have this access code. So this access code is what you would give to students, and they therefore have access to this class. Once your students have access to the class, the parents then get access to the class. So what you have here, you can go to add materials. So you can add assignments, tests, quizzes, files. You can create a discussion. You can add different pages and media. One of the great things about Schoology is if you want to add materials, you can go to your resources and click on apps. And then you there have Google Drive, or I've also connected Microsoft OneDrive. So you can just click on the files from there and upload it. One thing you have to keep in mind, though, is that you need to have these files being public or else your students won't be able to see them. So I go back to this English class. So you can have post upcoming events. So if you go to updates, you can write something in. So without, and that's what your students are going to see. You also have notifications. So if someone has posted something to you, you can see that there. What you can also do is you can add events that your students, that will come up in your students book. So what you can do, you can say when the event is, what it is, a description of it, and you can RSVP if you wanted to. Another good thing about Schoology is the resources. So if you go to public resources, just take a minute to load. There's all these different things that you can use in your classes. So there's lessons, units, or there's also different apps that you can use. So say, for example, you wanted, or we're doing English. So if you wanted a English lesson, and I'm going to say Hamlet. Resource type, maybe let's do an activity for, I can't remember what grade we said, grade 9, I think. Hamlet's not grade 9, but we'll try that. So no results match. So maybe let's make it grade 12 level and see if something happens. No. Okay, so, whoops. What you then just have to do is you can just search. So just search, maybe I'll search permutations. Oh, you just have to clear all your filters, so it happens. Oops. So there's these different things. So there's math games, all these sorts of things. So say, for example, you wanted to use this math minute or these math games. So what you can do, you just hit that plus sign. And it has been added to your resources. So now if you go back to your courses, I'm going to go to my Math 10 course here. And you go add materials, import from resources. You have these here, so you can go ahead and import it into your class. Click on there and import it. So it's now something that your class can see, and that's what you can use. This program also has a grade book. Most school divisions have something like Teacher Logic, so you'd be using that. But if you wanted to, you could input the students' grades into here, and then they have instant feedback, and they can see what they do. You can also do attendance. So I'm going to go back to the home page. Now, if you go to App Center, there are a ton of different apps that work with Schoology. So what you can do is you can import this app into your resources, and then you can therefore use it. So there are a ton of them on here. I have imported Google Drive. You can do Khan Academy. I have. So let's say, for example, I'm going to import YouTube. You install it. And it's now one of the resources you can use. So instead of having to go to YouTube and copy a link, you can click on that resource and it'll pull up any of those videos that you may have on your YouTube account. And that way it's just easier to pull it into your class. Another great thing about this is you can create groups. So if you want a certain project to be done, you can create a group and the students can go on here and they can do the work on this. And that way it's all in one place and it's easy to use. All right, so that is just kind of a quick run through of Schoology.